New weapons, new maps and new cosmetics. Many people have been recently jumping on a bandwagon saying that Battlefield 5 has finally made a turnaround, and in this video I'll be discussing if the reasons really make a good game or not. In my previous video, I talked about the new maps and weapons being underwhelming, but then I saw a bunch of people discussing the new historically accurate uniform designs. My question is, do cosmetics really make the game? From what I've seen, the new release cosmetics and the data mine designs look amazing, and I'm confused on why the fuck they haven't been released until now. But I suppose it's never too late to try and make a comeback. While Battlefield 5 has been heavily criticized before it was even released for its outlandish character designs and the cyberpunk portrayal of the World War II game. After seeing many of the data mined uniforms on the Imperial's Twitter account, it makes little to no sense on why so much content has been held back. Battlefield devs team has proven to be incapable of delivering scheduled content regularly, but seeing the work they've made is just laughable at this point. Many of the uniforms are exactly what the audience has been asking for from the very beginning, and as you can see from some of these examples here, I think a lot of people would have been appeased with the content. The only argument I can think of for not releasing the uniforms would be poor management and allocation of workforce. I have read articles regarding certain key developers leaving DICE around the time of development of Battlefield 5, which would explain why the game was delivered in a poor state with many glitches and bugs that left the player base displeased. Furthermore, the unknown battlegrounds theme of the game could have led the design team pursuing a more futuristic uniform designs, which shows the poor communication with the audience or simply the lack of real leadership and direction for the development of the game. And this also applies to the unreleased game modes. Let me know down in the comments what sort of game modes you would like to have seen in Battlefield 5 that haven't been released. Having said that, I remember playing World of Tanks when I was younger, and the community would always ask the developers for new types of game modes to be made accessible. However, after collecting data from test servers which were made public, the developers decided that many of the modes the community would want eventually turned into the main complaints. This was due to people not wanting to play in a squad. It's kind of a joke, as DICE initially said that in Battlefield 5, just play as a squad. So, if we assume that the developer team just had bigger things to deal with for the initial year of the game being released, such as fixing bugs and server problems, in my opinion many of the cosmetics wouldn't have changed people's drive to play the game, as the class and weapon imbalance made the game somewhat blunt and boring, as well as the poor map design such as Hamada. But today people are saying that Battlefield 5 has made some progress, as the new content has been somewhat well received and the new uniforms have been uploaded by majority of the community. Furthermore, we saw similar reaction from the player base once the War in the Pacific came out, which was ruined by the controversial TTK changes. This is why I think that many of the cosmetics released or unreleased should have been introduced many months ago, which could have helped to ease the constant lack of chapter and content updates, but ultimately they wouldn't have made the game feel more polished. The only way to do that would have been with adding new game modes and giving the community actual control in form of custom servers and playlist rotations and game modes. And if the team struggled to come out with new content like maps, weapons and vehicles, new uniforms every few weeks wouldn't have hurt. On the other hand, this poses an interesting question. In my opinion, ever since the TTK has been reverted to the more lethal state, the game has taken a turn for the positive, which is when more content has begun its development. However, with pressure from EA, DICE was forced to cut content production from Battlefield 5 and Battlefront 2 in order to move on to Battlefield 6. This could have been foreshadowed, as Battlefield 5 had its wings cut when the Asian servers were shut down, as this shows with low population and player base, cutbacks began months ago, and EA wanted to just abandon the project and begin works on a new game that would be more successful. When I originally got Battlefield 5, it was bundled with my graphics card alongside of Anthem and Metro Exodus. My thoughts about it was that I received the two games, which would take advantage of the ray tracing technology of my GPU. However, after a moment of consideration, I realized that both Anthem and Battlefield 5 simply had poor serial numbers. Therefore, adding it as a bonus to the RTX card series would help boost its numbers ever so slightly. Now, I know that Battlefield 5 was just a failed project, which hopefully the developers will learn from, but having a deeper insight into what really happened as the team lost its core developers, I really hope that Battlefield 6 will just be a more polished and all-around great game such as Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1. So I'll be looking forward to that, and I hope that the development of this game isn't rushed at all. But I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe to my channel as I regularly upload weekly gaming and cooking videos with awesome content for you, so don't miss out. And also leave a comment letting me know what sort of content you'd like to see on this channel in the future. And now, as always, I wish you all a good day or night wherever you may be, and stay safe till next time.